Welcome back, everybody. This is Glockman4519. I am back with another video. This is a request video. It is for the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, and it is the gt-n5110. Yeah, gt-n5110. Now, I'm running CyanogenMod 12.1, 12.1 on this. Just so you guys can see, we're going to go to About Tablet, and as you can see here, it is CyanogenMod up top. It is for the gt-n5110 CyanogenMod version. This is a snapshot version, and I was running Marshmallow on this, so I reverted back to Lollipop. Because I had a request for somebody. They asked me if I would do a video to show how to upgrade your gt-n5110 to Marshmallow, take it up to CM13. Now, I found that the easiest way to do it is just use CyanogenMod's built-in updater. If you do that, it'll just automatically update you to CM13. I mean, it'll just go right to CM13. Now it's going to download it, and you may have to physically flash it in twerp, but it'll do it, and you won't lose your data or anything. Now, the way I'm going to do it today is I'm going to show you guys how to do this the old-fashioned way, or I mean the way it's probably should be done, and that is to wipe everything and to install everything clean. And I am also going to use what I'm using on CyanogenMod 12, which is Boeffla Kernel, because it just works on my tablet. If I don't run Boeffla Kernel, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I have issues with the tablet not booting up for the first time. You guys have to remember, all devices are different. Every one of them. I have two gt-n5110s. And the other one acts completely different from this one sometimes, on different ROMs, on different things. It's just the way it is. So, we're going to do this, and I'm going to run Boeffla Kernel. Now, you guys don't have to run Boeffla Kernel. You can just stick with the stock kernel, try it. If it doesn't work for you, I would download Boeffla Kernel before you do anything. Before you flash and update, I would download Boeffla Kernel first. That way, if it doesn't work for you, you can always redo it and put Boeffla Kernel on it. And I'm probably hacking the name of the kernel, and Lord Boeffla, I apologize for that. Same with Zane Zam, who is the creator of this kernel. He kind of ported it over, and he does some of his own stuff to it, and I am running actually his version of it. So let's go back, and I'm going to show you how to do this. We are going to go back, and we are going to power down. We are going to reboot into recovery. Now, also guys, I highly recommend that you download and install twerp version 3.0.2.0. Okay, that is the latest version of twerp for the gt-n5110. It is designed to work best with Marshmallow and anything newer. So again, I highly recommend. Whoop, I'm going to have to flip the tablet over. This is my makeshift stand. Let me make sure we're centered still. Okay. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make a backup. I highly recommend that you back up. The way you do that is you go to Backup. You pick what you want to back up. I always back up EFS, boot, cache, system, and data. You don't have to back up your cache. I just do. I don't know why I do. Normally before I started, I always wipe cache anyways, but I just do. It's a habit. Kill me for it. But make sure that you back up your EFS. There are also apps on the Play Store that will allow you to do that as well, that you can just back up your EFS, because the Samsung devices are really screwed up. You can lose your EFS, and once you do, if you do not have a backup, you're done. Your tablet's fried. I mean, unless you really know what you're doing, you're going to have some issues. Alright, so, and all you do to create the backup is you select where you want, either internal or micro SD card. I already did mine. I did it on the micro SD card. You pick it, you click OK, and then you swipe the wipe, and it does your backup for you. Okay, so mine's already backed up. We're going to pretend like you did your backup. All right, so we just came. We were completely done with our backup, and I brought the tablet all the way back to the home position. The first thing we are going to do is we are going to do a wipe. Now, you don't have to do it in the way the steps that I do it. This is just how I do it. The first thing I'm going to do, factory reset. Don't worry about the unknown file system, data media. It's going to still function, and you're not going to have any issues at all. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. Then I'm going to go to advanced wipe. I am going to go Dalvik, cache, system, and data. I am not going to touch my internal or my micro SD card, but I'm going to wipe those 4 partitions. Swipe the wipe. This is going to give you a clean base to load CM13 on. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. Now we go into the install. I'm going to install, and I'm 100% positive I have everything on my micro SD card, so I want to make sure I'm there. Yeah, I'm already on my micro SD card, but you can always go down here. The latest TWRP is awesome, guys. You can always go down here and click select storage. Make sure you are on the proper storage. I am on my micro SD card, so I'm going to click OK. And my downloaded files are under ROM. And I put everything under what I call video files, because these are the files I need in order for me to make this video. Now, the first file you're going to flash, obviously, is going to be CM13. So, I have CM13, the build date on this is a nightly. The build date is May the 2nd, which was today, I think, or yesterday? Yeah, Monday. So this, I downloaded this yesterday. This is definitely good enough for me, so make sure it is CM13 build. This is going to tell you what you're flashing. Make sure that you have that there. I know a lot of people will go ahead and then add another zip, and then add another zip. That way when they swipe the flash, it flashes all 3 at the same time. I don't do it that way. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and flash this. Give it some time. Do not disturb it while it is flashing. Let it go. Let it do its thing. Some devices take a little bit longer than others to flash. Some devices flash very, very quickly. Oh, and by the way, guys, I'm using a different camera this time. Hopefully it looks a little bit better. I can't tell you how well the sound quality is going to be, but I'm hoping that you know, everything is a little bit better than the last, my older handy cam that I have. This is actually my my GE-X500 16 megapixel video camera. Well, it's a digital camera with video. It's a nice camera. Okay, now it says successful install. You want to look for succeeded. Result was the 0.200,000, that number right there. That's what you want to see. Okay, so we're going to wipe cache and Dalvik. Swipe the wipe. I am going to do it again. You don't have to do it 2 or 3 times. You can just wipe cache and Dalvik once. Okay, guys? To be quite honest with you, you don't really even have to wipe cache and Dalvik. Remember, we wiped the system and everything to begin with, so, you know, but it's just, that's something I do. Okay, we're going to go back. We're going to go back. We're going to add our next zip. Our next zip is going to be our G-apps. Now, G-apps. What G-apps do you guys want to flash? I highly recommend any of the open gaps. The Samsung tablet will accept anything, any kind of gaps you throw at it. Any size gaps you throw at it. You can flash the biggest ones, the complete, what they call stock. You can throw the stock gaps at it if you want, and they're like 400 megabytes or bigger. But I recommend open gaps, say micro version or even the mini version. That way it's going to give you your Google Now and all that. But for me, since I like to do things different, I'm going to flash the Dirty Unicorns clear marshmallow gas, okay? Because they have a clear look to them. I just like them. Those are the ones I'm going to flash. So I'm going to go ahead and go with that. They are the Dirty Unicorns TBO Gaps Clear, build 429, so they were only done about a week ago. So they're going to be pretty close to being up to date. I am going to swipe to flash. It is going to go through the system, check, make sure that if I have any conflicting apps, it's going to pull them out, get rid of them, and flash the proper ones. I need to get a drink here real quick. Again, guys, remember, I don't do professional videos. I'm not going to edit any of this, so we're going to have some waiting time. Okay, it succeeded. Now, here's where I do recommend that you definitely wipe cache and Dalvik. I'm going to go back. I'm going to wipe cache and Dalvik again. I know people that do this 3 or 4 times. I think that's a little nuts. That's good enough for me. Now, right now we are good enough to go. You can just hit reboot and start your tablet up. I am not going to, though, because I like to flash Boeffla kernel. I know, at least specifically, this tablet here likes Boeffla kernel. For some reason, it functions well with Boeffla kernel and CM. I don't know if it's something that Samsung did when they built the tablet. I don't know. Just this one here. My other tablet, I don't have to flash Boeffla, but this one I do. It just seems it likes it. So, I already downloaded the Boeffla kernel, and I like to use the Uber 600 version. So I'm going to go down here and find it. Beta 3, here it is. I'm going to use the Boeffla kernel 3.0 Beta 2 CM13, N5110, and this is the Uber 600. And this was 426 build date, April 26. So this is the one I'm going to flash. I want to make sure it's there. Boeffla kernel, Uber 6. Yes, okay. Swipe to flash. It is now flashing. That's done. I'm not going to wipe cache or Dalvik now. I don't recommend wiping a cache or Dalvik on any kernel flashes or SuperSu flashes. Now, I could just go ahead and boot up now, and I would have CyanogenMod's built-in root. Alright, I don't like that. I like SuperSu. You guys don't have to do this. Again, this is something you can do on your own. I do. Now, I'm going to go with the SuperSu Beta 271, and this is the one I'm going to use, okay? So, Beta SuperSu V271, this is the one we're going to flash. We're going to let it go. Also, guys, remember, whenever you go to boot, if twerp asks if you want twerp to install SuperSu for you, always pick no. Do not let twerp flash SuperSu on your ROM for you, especially the newer versions of twerp. You're going to end up in a boot loop, and you're going to be screwed. You're going to have to go to Odin, and yeah, it's not going to be a pretty sight. Okay, we're done. I'm going to hit Reboot System, and now it's wait. I'm going to go ahead and flip the tablet over again. Make sure we're centered up. Yep, pretty good. Again, guys, sorry about the video quality. It's like I told you guys in the past, I do not own professional equipment. This is a hobby to me. I'm not looking to become a big YouTube channel. I'm not trying to compete with the big boys. This is just something I do for fun. I love doing it. I like helping people out. This all started out with a couple of buddies of mine asked me how or what I was running. I think it was what ROM are you running? What's it look like? And I couldn't describe it to them how they live in Georgia. And I said, well, I'll tell you what. I'll do a YouTube. I'll upload it. I'll do a video. I'll upload it to YouTube, and you guys can watch it there. And and I guess other people liked it. So. And while we're here, I do want to thank all of my subscribers. I really do appreciate it. Again, I would have never believed that I would have had as many subscribers to me and my and being unscripted, and I don't have people backing me and throwing money my way and helping me with post-production and all that. It's just me with a camera. That's it. Most of the times I use screen record. I don't even like to use a camera. And like I said, see, now it is optimizing the apps. Yeah, I don't like to use. Well, if I had the money to buy a nice DLSR camera, I'd probably use one, but I just don't. And again, I would do it just so you guys would have quality videos. I would probably switch to a video version instead of doing screen record all the time. But because I do have the tripods, and I don't have a studio. I'm doing this on my kitchen table, and my lighting sucks. But you guys get the video, and the point of this is I'm showing you how to do it, what the steps are involved, and I did nothing but, the only thing that you did not see me do was just download the files, and that's easy enough to do. You go to Cyanogen's website and look for the gt-n5110 and download the latest nightly, and Bob's your uncle. There you go. But as usual, guys, I am going to put links in the description, so you guys can just click on the links and go. Alright? I'll put a link to the Cyanogen mod, CM13 build. I'll put a link to Boeffla Kernel, and I'll even put a link to the latest twerp recovery. Okay, that way, if you guys aren't running twerp 3020, I highly suggest that you run it. I also highly suggest, instead of flashing that in recovery, I would use, there's an app called, oh man, I'm going to kill it. It's called Rashr. I gotta get my Nexus 6 and look at this real quick. I want to call it RACH. Let me see. RACH. Search. Oh, I must be in games or something. It's still optimizing. We're at 78 to 102. Rashr. It's called Rashr. R-A-S-H. Rashr. R-A-S-H-R. That is what the app is called. If you just type in R-A-S-H-R in your Google Play Store search, the app will come up. And it's called Reboot System. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's what it's called, Reboot System. This is the app that I highly suggest you use to flash the recovery in. That app will allow you to flash an image, a recovery image, into your system, and it does it superbly. I'll tell you, I am very impressed with the app. To be honest with you, that is the app that I use to flash pretty much most of my recoveries. I don't do it in twerp anymore. Unless, I don't know. I shouldn't say that I don't ever do it, because I still do sometimes, but for the most part, I try to flash it with that tool. And guys, there you have it. There is Cyanogen mod. I'm going to go ahead and run through this real quick. We're going to hit, let me put it up this way since it's for some reason not seeing the tablet mode, and I'm also going to back this out a little bit so you guys can see it some, and I got to move this up a little bit, that, and we'll zoom just a little bit in on it. Okay, now we're going to go next, skip anyways, next, start. And there we have it, guys. CM13. We're going to go trebuchet launcher, always. Got it. And just to show you guys that we are there, I'm going to click on settings, settings, go all the way down, about tablet, and I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. And it's not going to focus. Let me flip it, see if it flips. Yeah, there it is. And let me take it in. I hope that's focusing. Trying to. Well, anyways, I'm going to go to, it's right here is the version. If you keep tapping on that, you're going to get the marshmallow show up. Tap, 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 tap. If you tap and hold, you're going to get the game. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. I hope you guys did. I hope you guys liked the video. Again, this video was all about how to flash Marshmallow CM13 on the Samsung Galaxy Note 8.0, and this is the gt-n5110. So, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, way up. And I do appreciate it, guys, for watching the video. I do want to thank all of my subscribers. And I will see you on the next one.